Hello, welcome back to another math homework help by your teacher Anne. So today, what we're going to talk about are the rules in multiplying and dividing integers. So when you're multiplying or dividing integers, okay, when is it going to have a positive answer? When you're multiplying or dividing the same signs. Like for example, you have negative 9 times negative 2. 9 times 2 is 18. And they are of the same signs. They're both negative. Therefore, your final answer will have a positive sign. Okay? Because you are multiplying integers of the same signs. Okay? Let's have another example. For example, I have 9 times 2. And they are the same signs because they are both positive. Therefore, your final answer is still positive 18 because you are multiplying two integers of the same signs. Okay? As long as they're the same signs, whether they're both negative or both positive, the answer will always be positive. So, when it's gonna be an answer of a negative sign, like for example, let's have a negative 18 for an answer. That means I am multiplying two integers of different signs. That's why my answer will have a negative sign. Let's take again negative 9 times, this time, a positive 2. Therefore, they're different signs, right? Therefore, your answer will be negative. Therefore, our answer will be negative 18. And that's the same case if the 9 is the positive and then the negative 1 is the 2. Therefore, they're still of different signs. Therefore, your answer will still be negative 18. Okay? Now, let's have more examples. Okay, before we move on, we should learn two vocabulary words that we're going to be using from now on. So, the first one is the expression. What is an expression? It consists of numbers and math operations, whether it's multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. Okay, as long as it has numbers and an operation or combination of operations, therefore we call it an expression. Like for example, 9 minus 5 or x minus 2. So we have the numbers and we have the operation, subtraction. This one is a variable that represents a missing number. And the 2 is a constant, so it's a number, and you have the math operation in between. Therefore, that is another example of expression. Also, 15 plus 20. And there's a lot more example of expression, okay? So, anything that has numbers and math operations will be called expression. Now, what about equation? When can we turn an expression to become an equation? When you solve an expression, therefore, you're going to put an equal sign, just like 9 minus 5 equals 4. Therefore, now you have an equation because it has the equal sign. And it has the solution to the expression. Another thing is x minus 2 equals y. Therefore, even though the x is missing, if you subtract 2, it will equal to a number, which is going to be the answer, and it is represented by y in this case. And it's still an equation because of that equal sign. Okay? So now you know what is the difference between the expression and an equation. So on the test, if they look for which one is an expression, you will look for something that doesn't have the equal sign. And if the question is about which one is an equation, then look for something that has the equal sign. Okay, let's try the first one, negative 12 times a negative 5. So you're going to go ahead, multiply good. 12 times 5, it's going to be 60. And then decide for the sign of your final answer. So are you multiplying the same signs? Therefore, if it's of the same sign, your answer will have positive. So this is your final answer, positive 60. Okay? Look at the next one. It's negative 12 times 5. They are of different signs. Okay? So first of all, multiply good. It's going to be 60. 12 times 5 is still 60. But then they are of the different signs. Therefore, your answer will have a negative sign. Okay? So your final answer here for negative 12 times 5 is negative 60. Now the last example is 12 times negative 5. Okay? They are still the same numbers we're working on. 12 times 5 is 60. And then decide for the final sign for your answer. So you're looking at your numbers. One of them is negative and one is positive. Thus, your answer will have a negative sign because they're different signs. So your final answer will be negative 60. Alright? Now we have negative 8 times 6. Okay, so you see that hanging dot over there? That means also multiplication. Okay, if you see a hanging dot, that means multiplication. So negative 8 times 6 will be 48. And they are of different signs. So what do we have for our final answer? The sign will be negative. So our final answer is negative 48. Okay, the next example has a parenthesis between these two integers. So don't you know that between two numbers, if you see just the parenthesis between the two of them, that also means multiplication. You're multiplying 8 by the number inside, which in this case is negative 7. Our final answer then is negative 56 because they're of different signs. Next is 100 divided by a negative 5. So we still apply the same rules because those are the rules in both multiplying and dividing integers. Same signs that you're multiplying or dividing, the answer will be positive. And if there are different signs that you are dividing or multiplying, the answer will have a negative sign. So in this case, there are different signs. It's going to be negative 20 for our final answer. Okay, look at the next example. It says negative 100 over negative 20. And this is like a fraction. And you know that a fraction indicates division. We can top and bottom out that. You divide 100 by 20, and you know that's going to be 5. 5 times 20 is 100. Therefore, our final answer is positive 5. Why? Because they are of the same signs. Now, let's go ahead and show you how a negative 2 times 3 will look like on a number line. So the first integer is negative 2. So we're going to have negative 2. And we want it 3 times. Therefore, we're going to have another one. That's still negative 2 going to the left 2 spaces. And another negative 2. So this is negative 2. Another 2 spaces to the left is a negative 2. And another 2 spaces to the left is another negative 2. Therefore, negative 2 times 3 will equal to a negative 6. Does that make sense now? So when you encounter this on your homework or on a test, therefore, you're going to be able to easily identify which number line represents a negative 2 times positive 3. Here is another example. Negative 4 times positive 2. And you know the rules, right? Different signs that you're multiplying or dividing, the answer will have a negative sign. And 4 times 2 is 8, therefore our final answer should be a negative 8. Now let's model it on a number line. The first integer is negative 4, so from 0 we're going to have to go to negative 4. And we need 2 of this because it says so on our problem. So we're going to have 4 more spaces going to the left. And you know that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 4 more spaces going to the left. Therefore, that's another negative 4. And you know negative 4 times 2 will be negative 8. Okay? Now it's time for you to practice on your own independently. Write this down, copy everything on your notebook, math journal, and then carefully apply the rules in multiplying and dividing integers. Okay? Remember, if they're the same signs you're multiplying or dividing, the answer will have positive sign. And if you are multiplying or dividing integers with different signs, the answer will always be negative. So go ahead, pause this video, and make sure you double check your work. Good luck! Okay, did you get everything correctly? Did you follow the rules in multiplying, dividing integers? Okay, if not, you can always rewind this video and practice more. Okay, so good luck on your homework and I'll see you in class. Bye!